everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking onto my video. Today I'm going to talk with you about the Gucci Marmont Mini in the black velvet and give you guys a bit of tips and tricks and a little bit of a review on how the bag is going for me. I have had the bag now for about a month and I really like it. However, I haven't used it much, but I will dabble into that shortly, and we'll do some pros and cons on the bag. I also want to say super sorry for my absence. I'm going to be more frequent. I'm going to be uploading videos weekly. If you do like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and a subscribe because I will be uploading more often now and I would love to have you on board. So here it is here. Now, I absolutely love this bag. I mean, there are some pros and cons, but I will talk with you guys about that shortly. But if you did watch my other video, you would probably notice that this is the mini now. In my unboxing video of the Gucci Marmont, I actually got the small originally, which would probably be a medium. If you've gone into the store, you've seen someone with it. The smalls are like a medium, so there's 3 different sizes. You've got the mini, you've got a small, and you've got the medium. So the sizes would kind of range from the medium would be a large, the small would be a medium, and the mini would be a small. So the reason I actually exchanged it when smaller was when I got it home, I wore it on me and I was just wearing it around the house just to get a feel for it because I was so excited I had the bag. I felt like it was just quite large. And once I put everything I needed to put in it, I had so much room left over. Plus I was a little bit late to the game. I had a look at some reviews after I purchased the bag, which is shocking, I know. But I was just so excited about getting this bag that I pretty much just purchased it right away, barely even tried it on, barely did any research. I definitely know now to definitely be on the ball and research as much as I possibly can. So the reason I actually exchanged it for the mini was I found that the small was just too big for me. When I had it on the side of my body and when I had it sitting in front of me, it felt really bulky and I wasn't really digging it. And I did a bit of research after that and found that with the small, over time, the flap will eventually just flatten and it kind of just looks like a flat piece of paper or a flat book, like a magazine, how it kind of like opens up like that. And with that, and also knowing the way it's sat on me, I actually took it back to Gucci and exchanged it for the mini. Luckily, their staff was super awesome and it was like no drama at all. So yes, now I've got the mini, best decision I made. I'm really happy I exchanged it because this fits so much stuff. I feel like I've gotten used to having smaller bags now, obviously having the Dionysus, because that is tiny, you can barely fit in there. I mean, you can fit what you need, but it is really the like the essentials you would want to put in there. You can't be putting, you know, any old thing in there. But this one, there's actually a lot of room, so I'm super stoked I went for the mini. I would definitely recommend doing research on that, but overall, I'm really, really happy with this mini. So pros and cons. So a pro would be the gold hardware and the GG and the way the gold hardware actually looks on the velvet. So it just kind of really makes everything stand out. I absolutely love the little heart on the back. I think that's really cute, how they've done that little touch. But a con would be the velvet. So it's like a catch. The velvet looks beautiful, it feels beautiful. However, there is a lot to manage with velvet that I didn't actually anticipate when I got the bag. So with velvet, it gets really dusty, as you could have seen from that close up. So it's not too bad. But I mean, I have heard of horror stories where it gets really dusty. Another thing is the way that you store it. You can't just store it sitting down because the chain will actually press on the velvet and over time it'll wear it out. If you've done your research or you've watched videos of people who've had the bag for, you know, over a year, you'll find that there is a bit of a wear here from where the chain sits. So where the chain sits, it actually will wear that out eventually, and that's not something I want to do, which is quite frustrating. So if I'm not using it, I have it hanging on a coat hanger, like so. But you know, I like to take care of my bags because I obviously want them to last a long time. These are my hobbies, you would say. What do you do? Oh, I fish. Oh yeah, I collect handbags. That would definitely be me. That would be a con. And going off the velvet, another con, which is why I haven't worn this bag much. I just really want to take it out and I always want to wear it. I kind of wish I got the leather just for the convenience of being able to wear it all the time. But if you get this bag wet, so if it rains or anything, if you get it wet, the water is going to pressure on the velvet. Obviously if it gets wet, the weight of the water is going to push it down, and what will happen is if it dries like that, it'll leave a dent. So if you get it really wet, the velvet will go all different types of, like, it won't go all different types of color, but it will discolor, and it'll just look really silly. I haven't come across a horror story yet. The sales assistant said, whatever you do, do not get it wet. Which is why I haven't worn it. So it literally, if I see any grey cloud in the sky, I am not taking this bag out, which is kind of frustrating. And if I do take this bag out, it's quite precious. You need to be like really conscious of where it is and what's happening, and because you don't want to damage it. And I do like taking care of my bags. However, I feel like this is just a little bit too high maintenance. I'm still gonna wear it. I still love it, but it is a bit of a nuisance. I feel like it is a little bit high maintenance. So regarding the issues with the velvet, a really cool tip which I saw of Lauren Crow's YouTube video was this really awesome trick. So if you just twist it, you flick it underneath the other one, what will happen is when you're actually wearing it, it's not going to rub on the velvet, and I'm hoping that that will give me a long life and not give me any damage. But time will tell. So obviously I wear it like that, and then when I'm not using it, it's hanging in the cupboard. So I'm really hoping that by taking those steps, I will get a long life out of the bag. Go inside. So I've heard of people having issues with the clip, but my clip has been perfectly fine, but I haven't worn it much. So it's just one of those little pop underneath it, and it's quite simple. Just clicks in. It's quite sturdy. I have heard of people losing like items through here. It hasn't happened to me, but I could see how it could because there is a bit of a gap there, and I've heard over time by wearing it, this will kind of increase just by the weight of the bag and what's in it. So it's got quite a, like just a nice like leather lining. Be careful of your nails. I had a really sharp nail, and I've actually scratched the leather on the inside. So that's my own fault, but just be wary of that, ladies. If you've got long nails or you're useless like me and haven't had your nails done in a while, it can kind of catch on. So as you can see, I've got quite a lot of stuff in there. So I've got my sunglasses. Oh, and that was some lipstick. So I've got my sunglasses, a lipstick, my wallet, some makeup, my keys, and obviously my phone, and a hair tie because we seem to just never have enough hair ties. I mean, they're everywhere. So in here, it's got like a nice kind of satin pink lining, which is really nice. You've got the tag inside, and you've also got this little silk pouch here. I haven't used it at all. Just, I don't know what I would use it for, maybe my phone, but I actually haven't put anything in there. Just because it's so open, it'd be silly, it'll just fall out. But now that everything's out, it's quite like flat and squishy. But as you can see, it's still held its shape quite well. Overall, I don't know what I would give this bag. I mean, I do love it. It's beautiful, but I would suggest if you do like the velvet, or if you do like this look, maybe consider getting the leather, just because you will be able to wear it more often and you won't have to worry about it so much. Obviously, being velvet, there is a lot to do with making sure that it's taken care of, and the whole getting wet thing is an issue, especially living in New Zealand where it's like 5 seasons in one day. So obviously if I see a grey cloud in the sky, I'm not going to take it out, and I don't want to have to be all like petite about my bag. Just, you know, what if it starts raining and I'll be like, oh my god, my handbag. That's not me, and as much as I do care for my bags, I do like to just not worry about them. So yes, if you are considering this bag, definitely keep that in mind. I do love it. Thanks so much guys for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that maybe you've got some tips and tricks out of this, or I've helped you know what it is you're going to want to do with this bag. But if you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up and a subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. See ya!